The major role of Indian diplomats and their importance for the nation. Introduction. Diplomacy plays a crucial role in shaping a nation's foreign policy and strengthening its global standing. Indian diplomats are the key architects who represent India's interests and promote its values and objectives in the international arena. This essay aims to explore the major role of Indian diplomats and elucidate why they are of utmost importance for the nation's progress and prosperity. By definition and scope of diplomacy. Diplomacy can be defined as the art and practice of conducting negotiations, maintaining relations, and managing conflicts between nations. It encompasses a range of activities such as political dialogue, trade negotiations, cultural exchanges, and crisis management. Indian diplomats serve as the primary conduits for these diplomatic endeavors, operating within a set framework of international laws, norms, and conventions. 2. Representation and protection of national interests. A. Bilateral and multilateral diplomacy. Indian diplomats engage in bilateral and multilateral diplomacy to safeguard India's national interests. Through bilateral diplomacy, they negotiate and maintain relations with individual countries, addressing issues like trade, security, investment, and cultural exchange. In multilateral diplomacy, they represent India in international organizations such as the United Nations, UN, World Trade Organization, WTO, and regional groupings like the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN, and the G20. In these forums, Indian diplomats advocate for India's positions on various global issues, including climate change, terrorism, human rights, and trade policies. B. Economic diplomacy. Economic diplomacy is a critical component of Indian foreign policy, aimed at promoting economic interests and attracting investments. Indian diplomats actively engage with foreign governments, international financial institutions, and business communities to foster trade, enhance economic cooperation, and promote Indian industries and services abroad. They facilitate the negotiation of trade agreements, removal of trade barriers, and the creation of favorable conditions for Indian businesses to thrive globally. C. Cultural diplomacy. Cultural diplomacy involves promoting a nation's cultural heritage, arts, and traditions to foster mutual understanding and enhance soft power. Indian diplomats play a significant role in organizing cultural festivals, art exhibitions, film screenings, and academic exchanges to showcase India's diverse culture, traditions, and intellectual contributions. These initiatives not only strengthen people-to-people connections but also create a positive image of India in the international community. 3. Conflict resolution and crisis management. A. Peacekeeping and conflict resolution. Indian diplomats have actively contributed to global peacekeeping efforts under the umbrella of the UN. India is one of the largest contributors of troops to UN peacekeeping missions, highlighting its commitment to maintaining international peace and security. Indian diplomats play a crucial role in mediating conflicts, facilitating peace negotiations, and providing humanitarian assistance in conflict-affected regions. B. Crisis management and consular services. During times of crises, natural disasters, or emergencies, Indian diplomats are at the forefront of providing assistance and support to Indian citizens abroad. They ensure the safety and well-being of Indian nationals, coordinate evacuation operations, and liaise with foreign governments and international organizations to secure necessary aid and resources. This role is crucial in safeguarding the interests and welfare of Indian citizens overseas. 4. Promoting India's strategic priorities. A. Security and defense cooperation. Indian diplomats actively engage with partner countries to enhance defense cooperation, intelligence sharing, and counter-terrorism efforts. They negotiate defense agreements, participate in joint military exercises, and collaborate with foreign counterparts to address common security challenges. Strengthening strategic partnerships contributes to India's national security and regional stability. B. Climate change and sustainable development. As one of the world's fastest-growing economies, India faces the challenge of sustainable development and climate change. Indian diplomats actively participate in global climate negotiations, advocating for equitable and inclusive approaches that consider the development needs of emerging economies. They engage in international forums to promote clean energy, climate resilience, and technology transfers, aligning India's efforts with global sustainability goals. The importance of Indian diplomats for the nation. A. Protection of national interests. Indian diplomats act as guardians of India's national interests on the global stage. Through skillful negotiation, representation, and advocacy, they safeguard India's sovereignty, territorial integrity, and economic well-being. They work towards securing favorable trade agreements, protecting Indian investments abroad, and countering challenges posed by hostile actors. The projection of soft power. India possesses a rich cultural heritage, ancient wisdom, and a vibrant democracy. Indian diplomats harness these assets to project India's soft power globally. By promoting cultural diplomacy, showcasing India's contributions to art, literature, science, and spirituality, they foster a positive image of India and build bridges of understanding with other nations. C. Economic growth and development. Indian diplomats play a pivotal role in attracting foreign direct investment, FDI, and facilitating technology transfers to fuel India's economic growth. They promote India as an investment destination, address concerns of foreign investors, and forge partnerships for joint ventures. Their efforts create employment opportunities, enhance infrastructure development, and strengthen India's position in the global economy. D. Security and stability. In an increasingly interconnected world, Indian diplomats actively contribute to regional and global security. Their diplomatic acumen is instrumental in averting conflicts, de-escalating tensions, and building trust among nations. Indian diplomats play a multifaceted role in shaping India's foreign policy and promoting its interests globally. Through their diplomatic skills, knowledge, and representation, they protect national interests, foster economic growth, resolve conflicts, and project India's soft power. As India's global stature continues to rise, the role of diplomats becomes even more critical in navigating the complex geopolitical landscape and realizing India's aspirations for progress and prosperity.